Hey, how you doing? My name's Don, and this is KJ, and we want to welcome you guys to this episode of Double the Flavor from the very beautiful, lush, plush kitchen of Allen and Peterson.
Yeah.
Gotta say thank you so much to our good friends at Upper One Studios for doing the recording. And today, KJ, tell them about what we're gonna be making.
Well, double the flavor. We're going to be making a Parmesan crusted salmon dish, which is relevant to the area.
You know they call it salmon out here. They don't say salmon.
We're from the South, so we tend to, lose and gain other elements and other vocabulary and other, consonants and vowels and stuff. At any rate, we're going to do an oyster stuffed Dungeness crab, which is delectable. Wait till you taste this one. And also we're going to do a pairing with both of those. One's going to be a bacon infused Brussels sprout dish, and the other's going to be a lemon garlic asparagus dish. You're going to really like it. It's really quick, really easy to cook, really simple, and we're going to give you 2 ways to do it. Double the flavor. You got it?
That's what it's about. So hang out. We're going to prep this stuff because when you're cooking food, proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Double the Flavor is brought to you by Perfectionist Auto Sound and Security, your CompuStar headquarters. Winner of Mobile Electronics Retailer of the Year, Perfectionist Auto Sound and Security. Now, let's get back to Double the Flavor.
Hey guys, welcome back to Double the Flavor. Now, if you're just joining us, today we're going to be preparing for you, myself along with my twin brother. Hello, the twin.
Hello.
We're creating a Cajun Parmesan crusted salmon, KJ's specialty. He came up with this recipe. I'm excited.
It's one of my favorites.
To smell it and taste it. Also, one of my favorites is the oyster stuffed Dungeness crab. We're taking Alaskan fare and making it delicious by doubling the flavor. We'll give you 2 different types of recipes that you can do. One will be a little bit less caloric on the intake, if you will. Caloric intake.
Calories.
A lot of less calories.
Less calories than the
more decadent one.
More decadent. Yes,
the
sir.
more decadent dish. Also, to finish it up, because you got to have some veggies in this thing, going to be making my signature bacon Brussels sprouts. It's bacon, sea salt, Brussels sprouts, a little bit of cilantro, lime. We'll get into that in just a minute, but the prep work is one of those things that pretty much takes up a lot of time. So when we come back and forth, we're probably going to be prepping, cutting, slicing, and dicing. So KJ, I'm going to start the asparagus to go in, and why don't you tell them about what you got going on?
Well, the perfect pairing to a salmon dish, or salmon, depending on what part of the country
Salmon.
you're from, is asparagus. People really love asparagus because it's a really light veggie. And the way I want to cook it today is basically with a little lemon, garlic, and coarse sea salt. It creates the perfect blend of the perfect marriage, I should say. Asparagus, lemon, and you drizzle it with a little, look, better yet, I'll show you better than I can tell you. So, first off, pick some really nice asparagus. And when I say really nice, you want to pay close attention to the tips of the asparagus. If it's damp, moist in any way, it's probably overripe. So when you're picking out fresh asparagus, make sure to pay attention to the tips and not the bases. Now what you want to do is cut about 2 inches off the bottom of each stalk, each spear, okay? When you cut those off, that basically allows the citrus acid from the lemon and the extra virgin olive oil and salt to
Don't cut a finger off now.
to encompass the asparagus.
I want to eat asparagus and not fingers.
I don't know if encompass was the word I'm looking for, but it totally gives the asparagus room to roast. And we roast it at about 325 degrees. You're gonna wanna roast your asparagus at 325. They tend to cook fairly quick, so all I'm doing at this point is prepping. We're not gonna put them in the oven just yet because we have 3 other dishes that we're gonna prepare before we get to the closing of the asparagus, okay? So that's just a beginning prep for the asparagus. Done? You take it from here.
All right, so I'm going to be doing the bacon Brussels sprouts. So with that being said, this is probably one of the longer dishes that it's going to take to create. So we're going to start this off first by putting your pan on a medium-high heat. And I've got some nice pepper-crusted bacon from the local grocery. Lay that jammy right on in there, nice and snug. Now, since this is going to take a while and it's pork, you want to make sure that it's fully cooked. You know, I don't know about you, KJ, but I don't like my bacon flabby, okay?
Crispy bacon, Bubba.
I like my bacon crispy. So you want to get the bacon as crispy as possible, but not burnt though, because you want to render that fat off of that bacon, because we're going to actually use it further down in this recipe. So since we got the pepper bacon going, we've been prepping the what's this called again, KJ?
Brussels sprouts.
I always mess it up. Brussels sprouts, bean sprouts, Brussels sprouts. When we came up, we didn't eat Brussels sprouts a whole lot. I'll be honest with you. We're from Alabama. Not a lot of Brussels sprout action going on down in the South like that.
Not
okay.
many kids like to eat Brussels sprouts. Period.
Yeah. So as we grew up, learned that Brussels sprouts are an amazing vegetable. They're delicious. They can really marry the flavor of whatever substrate you put in it. So with this one, like I said, we're going to be combining the peppered bacon with lemon, with sea salt, coarse sea salt, and a little cilantro to give it that nice floral essence. So, like I said, you want to make sure you get your bacon nice and crispy. And when we come back, next step on taking the Parmesan crusted salmon to the next level, okay? Stick around. We've got a whole bunch of cool stuff going on for you here on Double the Flavor. Hang on. We'll be right back.
Don't move. More of Double the Flavor is next. Double the Flavor is brought to you by Perfectionist Auto Sound and Security, Allen and Peterson, your cooking and appliance center in Anchorage and Wasilla. Frozen North Apparel in the Northway Mall, specializing in logo apparel and promotional product. If you can imagine it, they can create it. And Upper One Studios, your Upper One solution for video and social media marketing. Now, let's get back to Double the Flavor.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Double the Flavor. I almost said double the trouble.
I want to say flavor of love,
No,
but we know
it's a whole bunch of flavor, and our love is food on this show.
That's
we
right.
call it Double the Flavor for a reason, and we're just going to get right back to the food, man. Today we're preparing.
Well, why do
some
we
really
call it Double the
phenomenal
Flavor?
dishes.
Can we do that really
We call
fast?
it Double the Flavor because we give you two takes on the same dish. We give you the succulent, more
Decadent
version of the dish, and
The
then
higher calorie
and
version.
then we'll give you the low calorie for the for those of you who are health experts or health nuts.
Low calorie does not mean it's going to lose taste.
Less taste. That's what we want to get you
Just
guys to
remember
understand.
that.
Low calorie doesn't mean less taste. So,
If you're just joining us, I'm at the end of my bacon, sea salt, cilantro, Brussels sprouts. I've already rendered my bacon down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bacon off of here because we wanted to get it nice and crispy. It's almost there. Once it gets nice and crispy, we're going to introduce the
Brussels sprouts.
nice cut up Brussels sprouts there. And when you're preparing Brussels sprouts, okay, you want to take this little bottom out, excuse me. Take it off and halving that jammy in two. And that's pretty much it. Sorry, little.
All right, while he's
Brussels
doing
sprout.
that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and prepare. I'll show you how we're going to finish our second side, which is your lemon garlic asparagus. Now, once you take the asparagus, you coat them with extra virgin olive oil. All right, and once you coat them with the olive oil, you use coarse sea salt to season. This ingenious little item here actually does the crumbing of the salt for you, and I just want to give Allen and Peterson a shout out for that little plug like that.
A robo salt shaker.
Yes. And then you're going to put your oven on about 375, and you're going to roast these for about 7 to 10 minutes, just depending on how crispy or how done you like them. I like mine pretty crispy, so about 7 minutes. I'll put these in the oven now.
All right. While he's throwing those in the oven, I am going to get started on my stuffing. You didn't know about that. Yes, we're going to be stuffing a Dungeness crab. Totally delicious. That's this little sexy red bone right here. Hey, girl. How you doing? Yeah, so we're gonna open that up, get some good stuff going inside of it. It's a seafood stuffing, to be exact. Oysters. We've got, actually, I'm gonna go over that whole little menu there, but it's a seafood stuffing and it starts with oysters and also has Dungeness crab with a nice stuffing. Nice stuffing. So the bacon is done. Turn that off there. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the bacon out. We're going to dry it off, get the grease off of the bacon, and then use that grease, okay? We're going to use that grease for the next step of introducing the Brussels sprouts to the meal.
Okay, guys. The next part of the dish is going to be the garlic Parmesan crusted salmon. First step, we're just gonna season it with your general Cajun season, whatever Cajun seasoning that you like better or best. And you're just gonna liberally put that on the front, side, and back side of the fish, skin as well. Now, one fun part about salmon that people don't know or people usually overlook is cooking the skin. And a way to cook the skin, I've already took the liberty of skinning one of the fillets. See that?
Nice. All right, so while he's grabbing that, I'm gonna get you guys back up to speed on the Brussels sprouts, okay? They're already mixing down in there. All right, guys, I put the bacon grease in the pan, threw the Brussels sprouts in. I've diced, I've minced up, if you will, my bacon. I'm just gonna toss that over in there. Just make it delicious, okay? Right there, because the more bacon, the more flavor. I'm just saying. And this is a nice peppered bacon. So once you get that peppered bacon in there, swish it around just a little bit, get that saute thing going there. Maybe a little black pepper, just to give it a little more depth. Okay, and what I like to do is add a little bit of stock to it, so you can kind of kick up the heat, let that steam work your Brussels sprouts, and they'll be done before you know it. Now, they're gonna turn a nice bright green. They're not quite done yet, because these, to me, when I think of Brussels sprouts, I think of like little midget cabbages. So with that being said,
midget cabbage,
like little tiny midget cabbages right there. So that's why you're gonna cut them in half, cut the little butts off of them, open them up so they can actually cook, because they can be really, really, really tough. So once they get past that nice bright green color, you'll see the green start to kind of dull down. The inside should be a little bit more done than it was before. And I like to get that nice char mark on there. That's what happens when you put that bacon fat and let that pan get nice and warm.
That looks really good too, bro.
I know.
Now, while he's doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and drop our crab in, because we're actually getting closer to the portion where we're actually gonna be stuffing the crab, and I wanna get the cooking of the crab out the way. And basically, we're gonna do a basic steam on the crab. Shallow pan, probably about 3 cups of water, and you want the crab to sit just outside of the top of the strainer. You don't wanna cover it with the water, because you wanna steam it. You don't actually wanna boil it, okay? Go ahead, Don.
As I'm tossing this to the side, let's get started on the stuffing for the crab. First, you're gonna get you some nice crispy breadcrumbs. Now, my mom would make her own breadcrumbs. I'll be honest with you. She'd take some light bread or some wheat bread and toast it in the oven until it gets nice and crispy, and then take it out, let it dry, chop it up. You got your toasted breadcrumbs. We didn't do that.
Just for time's sake.
Just for time's sake.
You want to do it at home, simple, like he said. You just take your bread, you chop it up, and you season it with a little garlic and a little oil, and you bake it on a baking sheet for about 6-7 minutes, or until it's really crispy or dry.
Now, the first thing you're gonna do with your breadcrumbs, you're gonna saturate them in a little chicken broth, okay? It's gonna, break up the hardness, the crunch, because we're gonna meld this thing together with a couple of other different ingredients, okay? So when we come back, we'll take the next stuffing of the crab to the next level and show you all of the ingredients that are gonna be going inside of the seafood stuffing for the Dungeness crab. KJ?
Yep.
We'll be right back.
Yo, don't
Double
go anywhere.
flavor.
Trust me, you don't want to move, because you want to catch every bit of this. It's crazy. You're gonna love it. We'll see you in a second.
More Double the Flavors next.
Double the Flavor is brought to you by Perfectionist Auto Sound and Security, your CompuStar headquarters. Winner of Mobile Electronics Retailer of the Year, Perfectionist Auto Sound and Security.
Now, let's get back to Double the Flavor.
Hey guys, welcome back to Double the Flavor. My name's Don. This is my twin brother KJ, and we are doubling the flavor today.
That's right.
If you're just joining us, I just got the Brussels sprouts to a whole nother level, okay? This is my signature, I guess, bacon, sea salt, cilantro, Brussels sprouts. With that being said, we got the bacon, we got the Brussels sprouts. Time to add a little cilantro there, because it's still hot. Just let that steam work with it. Okay, toss it around just a little bit. KJ, can I get some sea salt, please, sir?
Of course you can.
From this handy dandy sea salt dispenser. That's
just turn it upside down.
like,
Just turn it upside down. Watch this. Bam.
oh, geez. Okay.
It actually
Stop.
operates
Okay.
off of. It actually operates off of the. What do you call it? The.
Gravity.
Yeah, I guess that's what you call it.
But you don't want to put too much sea salt, obviously, because we have bacon in this dish. So there you have it. This is the bacon, cilantro, sea salt, Brussels sprouts.
All right.
Okay.
Now, Don, you take over that. Let's go and get started on the stuffing.
And I'm going to go ahead and
tell
plate
these
this right there. My camera guy, you got to get
Ooh,
this plate
that
in
looks
action,
awesome.
man.
Can I taste it?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Just go this. There you go. I mean, we all know bacon makes things so much better. You could put bacon
Phenomenal.
in cereal, and it would take it like bacon Captain Crunch. Like if they had a bacon flavored Captain Crunch, I would be the biggest fan ever. I'm just saying. KJ, what you got going on over there, brother?
All right, man. We're gonna take it over here to the salmon now. At this point, you should have seasoned your salmon with your Cajun seasoning of your choice, whichever is your favorite Cajun, whichever is your favorite seasoning, and a little pepper. What we're gonna do is skin side up. We're gonna let these cook for about 6 minutes. Now,
I love the way salmon sounds when you put it in a hot skillet like that. And
speaking of the hot skillet, you only want to cook it over medium heat. You don't want to cook it too quick, and then you don't want to cook it too slow. So you want to cook it over medium heat when you prepare it.
should it be cold? What if they take it like straight out of the fridge?
Well, let me do this. I need to grab the skin out of the oven here because you guys are gonna like this. Let's see if it's about done.
It's a pretty genius little idea you got there to make the skin into a chip, KJ.
Yeah, something like
I'm
that.
digging that. I'm
Okay.
definitely digging that. It's delicious. Wait till you guys taste it.
That's actually ready. So, back to the salmon here. So, we're gonna cook it on each side about 6 minutes. Well, skin side up, flesh side down, 6 minutes. Once you flip it over, you're gonna cook it for about 2 minutes. Now, when you're cooking salmon, you don't wanna move it around a whole lot because you don't want it to separate from the flesh to separate from the skin in this particular case. The second fillet that I cut, we're actually going to serve this over a spinach salad, which will incorporate the lower calorie dish. So it's the same dish, just a low calorie version of the dish.
I like that.
What you got there, Don?
Well, now, if you're just joining us, I am starting to prep for the stuffing, for the seafood stuffing. Inside the seafood stuffing, you've got green peppers, bell peppers, and you have red bell peppers. So green bell peppers, red bell peppers. I've got some fresh oysters here. Well, I wouldn't say that they're fresh. They're out of the little can, but they're good. You know, they're not like frozen. Get these from your local grocer, by the way. Get those nice and clean. Have those to the side. And the main ingredients were my breadcrumbs. So I've let it soak up that chicken broth, because I want this kind of soft here, because we're going to make it into a stuffing. We're going to stuff all of this inside of the crab that's now probably done. KJ, how you looking over there?
No, it's not done. It's only been in there for a couple minutes. But what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to make it a top. We're going to cover that so that that steam stays in the pot. And in the meantime, looks like the salmon is getting really close to ready. Like I said, you don't want to overcook salmon. Fish only takes a couple of minutes to cook. So if you want it flaky, you just really want to pay attention and only give it about 6 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the second side. Now I took the liberty of going ahead and flipping it because these fillets aren't your average 6-ounce fillet. They're about 3 ounces.
I said Alaska style, man. Those are some nice fillets, though, bro.
And
Is that sockeye salmon or is that are those kings or silvers? Or
No, these are silvers.
Okay.
These are silver fillets. Let's see. Okay, so boom. I need a plate. We're gonna plate this real quick. Take this out of here, Don.
And I'm simply over here just prepping my veggies. And I would suggest you do this before you get started cooking. But because we wanted you guys to kind of share this moment with us, we've been like, well, that's the beauty about having a twin. I can prep, he can cook and talk. I can cook and talk, he can prep. And we can kind of get things done.
This one's my camera guy. Can you come get this? Look at this guy.
Wow.
And you want to sear that just like that. You want to leave it in long enough to where you get a nice caramelization or searing. That looks pretty good. Now, you're going to leave that. Actually, you're not going to rinse that out. You're going to take your chicken broth. Your honey, you're gonna take 3 tablespoons of honey.
Excuse me, brother.
And about a quarter of a, melt it here. Quarter pat of butter. Does your mama say a pat of butter?
A little pat of butter.
Probably about 2 tablespoons of butter to be exact.
Is that salted or unsalted
It
butter?
is salted butter.
Okay.
It is.
Keep that in mind whenever you're cooking. I mean, if it's salted, if it's unsalted, it'll definitely change the complexion of your dish. So when we get back, KJ is gonna take us to the next, I guess, stage of the Parmesan crusted
Cajun Parmesan crusted salmon.
Parmesan crusted salmon.
Yes.
Yes. Did I say it right?
You did.
The Cajun Parmesan crusted salmon.
You did that time.
It's a lot going on.
First time you messed it up.
Thank you for
okay.
pointing that out.
That's why I'm here.
and I'll also get you up to speed on the stuffing for the Dungeness crab, okay? Stick around. More food, more great things to eat, and see coming up next on Double the Flavor. Hey guys, welcome back to Double the Flavor. I'm Don, that's my twin brother KJ, and we are kicking it up a notch with the flavor.
First half of this thing, basically, you sear one side of the salmon until you got a nice golden brown, about 6 minutes. You flip it onto the skin side for about 2 minutes and you take it out. What you do at this point is you're gonna take the juice of 1 lemon, 3 garlic cloves, about a handful of parsley, and 3 tablespoons of honey, and 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
All right.
You got that thing working over there.
Yeah, man. Once you take those and put them all together, you're gonna saute that down into a nice little roux from the salmon juices that you used.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna take these filleted.
That looks so good.
I know, right?
My mouth is watering over here, man. Now, and you sit it in there, skin side up.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
skin side up. Basically, the cheese, the lemon, the garlic, the parsley, it all gels together and marinates, and not really marinates, but it gels together to create this phenomenal taste, man. With the lemon, the juice of the lemon, just all together, and basically you're gonna let that sit for about 2.5, 3 minutes tops, just depending on how long you've already let your salmon cook. So if you did 6 minutes like I suggested earlier, 2 minutes on the second side, you should only need about 2 minutes more here, and this dish will be finished.
Complete.
Don Mega.
Check it out. So this is my wonderful stuffing for my crab. The Dungeness crab should be almost done. KJ, let's take that out. While you were gone, I sauteed down some green peppers, some red bell peppers, as well as some parsley. I added that to my already mixed, what do you call it? Dressing.
Dressing.
Dressing. Sorry. I don't know why. I have little brain hiccups every now and then. But you combine it to your, it's basically dry breadcrumbs. Mix this all up. Then I added lump crab. Lump crab can be a little spendy, so you may want to exchange it out with, say, some imitation crab, which is basically pollock fish, which you can catch here locally. But this, for all intensive purposes, for today, since this is doubling the flavor, we want to double that flavor with some delicious lump crab. Now, I'm going to take this concoction or this dressing, this stuffing, and we're going to put it into the back of the crab. KJ is going to show you how to do that. But first, let's plate that salmon because it is about ready to go. The Parmesan crusted salmon. God, it looks so delicious.
Check it out, guys. Go ahead and take this out here now. There we go.
Now I just grabbed a fistful of parsley because I'm going to add just a little bit more parsley
Got that there.
to the back end of this before I put it into the crab.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to show these guys how to prep a crab, Dungeness crab. Now, the first thing you want to do, see this little flap back here? Okay.
Gotcha.
Lift that up, and it's usually kind of hot, but you don't want to crack up the entire shell. It'll just pop right off there.
Ooh. That is not a happy inside.
Yeah. All of that you want to dispose of, but you want to keep your shell. So,
I don't know if you ever heard of these. These are called dead man's fingers.
yeah.
I don't know why they call them dead man's fingers.
Probably because they look like little dead guy's fingers. So anyway, you don't want to bust that shell up because when it comes to presentation, Dungeness crabs, it's a beautiful creature, a beautiful crustacea, I should say, to eat to a choke. A lot of people like the Alaskan snow crab here. I do like them, but for this particular dish, I like the sweetness of the Dungeness, Dungeness crab. Don, you want to take it?
So as he's cleaning up the
Clean this out.
back of the crab, I'm going to take the head of the crab and basically use it as, say, a casserole dish, a little natural casserole dish. And it's going to look really, really, really cool once you bake it and bring it out. So take your stuffing and just jam it up in there, son. Just deep as you can possibly get it in there, because it actually has quite a bit of surface area inside of this crab. You think about everything that was on the inside is now out. So boom, boom, boom. Put a little crab on the top right there. Right? Now, we're gonna bake this little jammy, all right? Bake it at about 350 degrees for about 15, 20 minutes. Check it, check the consistency of it. If it's still a little bit shaky because you've already added that chicken stock, leave it in there just a little bit longer, let it dry out, let it get nice and firm.
Speaking of nice and firm, our asparagus are ready. And grab those guys out of the oven. We'll sit that there. And as you can see, they came out really nice. You don't have to do a lot of prep with this particular asparagus dish. All you got to do is salt, a little extra virgin olive oil, and lemon. When we come back, to double the flavor, we're going to get to the Dungeness crab and the rest of the Parmesan Cajun crusted salad. We'll see you in a minute.
Welcome back, Double the Flavor. Don, my twin brother KJ, and if you're just joining us, we have completed an amazing array of salmon dishes. One is the Cajun Parmesan crusted salmon, KJ's specialty. And then we also did the oyster stuffed Dungeness crab. You see that right out there to the front. And of course, we have the lemon asparagus and the bacon Brussels sprouts there. So we put it all together. Plating is a huge part of your food, okay?
You eat with your eyes. Isn't that what they say, Don?
That's my girl LJ. She let us know you eat with your eyes. So with that being said, it's time to eat with our bellies, but you can eat with your eyes. But next time, come and check us out here at Allen and Peterson's.
Yeah.
But we got to give Allen and Peterson some love, and our good friends from Upper One Studio for doing the taping.
Could
and the
not
filming.
have done this without these guys. They're phenomenal.
Next time, make sure you check us out. Tell all of your friends and your family that the flavor has been doubled with Don and KJ. Double the flavor.
I'm just saying.
I'm excited
We
about
gotta taste this, because I'm just saying.
What do you got there? Here we are. Oh yeah.
Flaky.
Shut your mouth.
Somebody, that's a home run.
If your mama wasn't my mama, I want to smack her, because it's just that good.
Well, we twins. We're twins.
That's
so
why I said
we
if
can't
your mama
smack
wasn't my mama, but same mama.
But listen, we'll have you want to smack your mama. All you got to do is go to doubletheflavor.com. You can get this and many other recipes, and you can check us out in all of our crazy episodes, because we're silly.
Yeah, and it's delicious. I'm Don. That's KJ, and this is Double the Flavor. See you next time. I only eat off my twin brother's pork, okay? If there was a man in this
my
world.
brother, I wouldn't feed you.
Come on, come on.
Double the Flavor is brought to you by Perfectionist Auto Sound and Security, your CompuStar headquarters.